Well, hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Ascension Playground. This is your friend Ursie, and I've taken a little break, if you might not have noticed, because here in California, between the storms, the snow, the blizzards, and our local bridge going out, I've decided to help create support for our rebuilding of a bridge for our 31 residences here in my neighborhood. And it's very interesting, this process of rebuilding a bridge. My husband, Mike, is on the board for our little community. However, I always remind him, we are building bridges. That is not just the physical bridge. It's a private bridge, so it's probably going to cost in the neighborhood of $1.2 million. And so it's a pretty lengthy process to work with FEMA. That's our federal aid, but 31 applications, right, to receive partial support. So here we are. Times are a little stressful. It's multitasking. And yet, some part of me feels utterly compelled to provide assistance in the way that I feel aligned with. In other words, there's something very potent about this time in February 2023 before we move into this very busy month, very auspicious month of March 2023. For me, the message is, pencils down, the test is over on a certain level. It's time now to activate and to help bring forward the network of love, of alternative ways of responding to disaster and fear. And believe me, I have no clear cut answers. It's moment by moment. But I will tell you what I am learning, though, is this idea of building bridges. It always begins with the bridge within yourself. For me, it's that bridge between my mind and ego and my heart, and then bridging with my higher self and spirit guides. This is why the galactic astrology and knowing who my star families are, in those moments of, okay, I'm just going to go within and offer an invitation for extra support for myself, my family, and my community, my country, and our world. So it's very, I don't know, it feels like the test as far as polarized thinking. The dark is getting darker, the light is lighter, but somehow we find our way to that middle point. I know that's a lot of la 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 from me, but in addition, I changed up my painting. I mean, I have so many of these in my art studio. So I wanted to share again this one. You can see it was done in probably 2016, but it has much more of a galactic center. And I was creating this spin, this idea of a vortex from the center point, working with the Osirian temple divine blueprint, right? So this double pentagon that when you connect these two the edges forms a hexagon. So you've got the penta, which is 5, with the hexa, which is 6, a pentahexa. And that's mathematical and sacred language for saying our foundational blueprint, our genetic coding is for living beings the 5-6. This is something I've picked up with Jane 108, Jain, who offers many free webinars if you Google his name. Anyway, so here we are, new energy, watching, trying to stay a little removed, taking care of myself, my body, my field. That's what I'm owning. So if someone wants to go down a rabbit hole of darkness and complaining, how to hold space and boundaries to love myself, to say, I can engage, I can listen, and now I need to move back because it's beginning to be a little much. So, and then creating that sacred space. I was just listening to Jules or Julianne Kennard with the StargateExperience.com, offering thoughts that she had about how sacred geometry, specific ones, can anchor in the super consciousness of galactic beings. So it was just a reminder for me that playing this game of quantum and trying to attune to the multidimensional beingness that I am, it's starting to put the tea leaves together, doing the art that is reflecting more of my inside and bringing it outside because my mind is saying, what are you doing? You have so many of these. What are you doing? Shouldn't you be painting the figure and getting back onto the professional train of being an artist in galleries? Instead, I've chosen to follow this path of wonder and awe. Something within the galactic has always been calling me. And I'm finally at age 60, allowing myself to just start sharing and not being afraid of who I am. And if you like it, great. If you don't like it, great. I'm just being me. And that's a big place for me to then bring this conversation when you can sit well within yourself and allow for what wants to come through you for the greater good. Imagine how that would shift and reshape your life and the life around you. So, wanted to share that little message and also let you know I'm planning on doing a little video, maybe not so little, but there are some heroic archetypes that have shown up on the planet that I'm very excited to learn about their galactic connections. So I'm going to follow this interest that I have with Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, to understand how has his cosmic journey been influenced and brought him here to this now moment in 3D. We know him as someone who is very intelligent, trained, I believe, in law, and then studied and was an actor in movies and is a comedian as well. So, a very interesting personality. And I'm going to focus on Vladimir only because he's so well known. And let's go take a peek and see if we can learn how to read the tea leaves together when it comes to galactic soul journeying from a soul perspective. Okay, friends, I'll see you soon. And thanks for joining and listening to me as I kind of reorient myself back onto the Ascension Playground, again, to share myself, my thoughts, paintings, and to hear from you as well. Okay, I'm going to go pull up Vladimir's galactic charts and I'll see you in a little bit.